Well, honey, if you want to keep something going, you got to keep it to yourself. No.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
Now I'm Evan Real.
And before we get into Real Housewives, Evan Real, we both lived through something a little more spookier than drama, which are haunted houses.
Yeah, it's so crazy, Danny. Like, I went to some big haunted mansion out in Staten Island. I communicated with a child ghost. I did ask the ghosts of the mansion if they were into the Real Housewives.
Oh,
I didn't get an answer, but maybe
okay.
you got some answers because
Well,
your episode of Haunted, it's here, it's
it's
out,
here.
people can watch it, and it's kind of scary, huh?
It's scary. Well, I'm a little insulted that you went to a mansion.
Oh.
I went when the house was nice. I guess like in current real estate value, I'm sure it goes for mansion prices, but it's where like people would like come in on see. I didn't ask any fun questions about pop culture because I don't mess with like ghosts. I walked in, I was like, hello, thank you for having me into your home. I'm sorry. And there was like a medium there with us.
Oh.
No, it was like there was a lot of special guests coming through. And I feel like I was like trying my bestest to make sure everybody in the house, both physically there and spiritually there, liked me. So people pleasing can go beyond this realm, is what I've learned.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. I love that you were in a haunted casita with all of your ghostly friends and a medium. I haven't watched it yet, but I cannot wait to watch it. You guys need to check it out because Danny interacting with a medium and ghosts in a haunted casita. It sounds like heaven. Come on.
Honestly, yeah. So it's on the post YouTube, and I mean, unfortunately, well, probably fortunately for me, the medium was not like Alison Dubois.
Yeah, really? Okay, so when you say that, she didn't have a vape?
She did not have a vape, and she didn't attack me or any relationships I have. So I mean, so I'll take that. I don't think I could have handled that while being afraid. But for any Alison Dubois fans out there,
Yeah.
you might have known her from Beverly Hills, which is back this week, and dare I say better than ever.
Uh, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, it's in good form. What a premiere episode for season 13. I gotta say, I love how our girl Dorit, I would call her the narrator
Oh,
of this episode. She's the one who got the girls together. She got them together with Eagle Woman,
Eagle
who
Woman. She put on her Chanel, as all
yes.
housewives need to do from time to time. She was like, I'm not going to do that jumpsuit everybody's wearing. I'm doing Chanel, and I'm going to host the first event.
And how in your opinion, Danny, how did it go? It went
I think
okay. It went
it,
okay.
it went okay. I got to say, Dorit, this brunette hair, I'm in love. I love that. So A, there's that. B, I like that because she kind of did perfect housewife in her first moment because she was like, I want everyone to come together. Let's all heal. Let's all heal. Let me shade Erica Jane for being on Ozempic. And now let me talk to you about something you said about me at BravoCon that I'm going to bring up. So she really wasted no time kind of revealing the purpose of this healing journey.
Right. Yeah, actually, she was pretty like tactful and it was almost artistic the
Mm-hmm.
way that she facilitated this moment because like you said, she did bring up that Ozempic shade for Erica Jane under the guise of let's heal with Eagle Woman, but I'm also gonna confront you about the things you said at BravoCon and yeah, girl, I'm really pissed about it. But then Erica was like very sorry and it was kind of it felt like she was back on Broadway.
It felt okay. It was a mix of Broadway and also like her therapist off cam with a feelings chart. Because as we saw later on, she doesn't know what empathy is, and I no shade to her. I genuinely don't think she knows.
I, well, because when she asked the question, how do I gain empathy? She could not have been
Pen and
more
paper.
like pen and paper, notepad out. Like she was really ready, willing, and able to listen and learn. And that
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to know how to gain empathy. Which I mean, it was kind of like her. If she doesn't have empathy, at least she has self-awareness that
That's
she doesn't have the empathy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and she's like, I learned all the choreography for Chicago. I can learn empathy. I think.
Right. Yeah, I feel like Erica, in addition to Dorit, was also like giving us a lot in the premiere episode, you know?
I feel everyone had their good little moment, and it's less of like a team situation like it's used to be in the past few years. And because everyone is both friendly and mad at everyone. Or it seems like because like the Kyle, Dorit, Erica, it's not because after the reunion and everything where Kyle's like, Kyle seems to me, she's like, I'm a little effing done with everybody right now. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have a ripped body and be a little pissed off, which I do love her kind of in her like most like self-love era.
I do love that too. Also, like the end of the episode when she was confronting
Oh,
Mauricio about the fact that he doesn't know about how many tattoos she has. She's like, well, you better take a better look at my body.
This is the first.
That one I know.
This is the second.
Oh, I forgot
This is the
about that one.
third. This is the fourth. This is the fifth.
I only knew of 3.
Well, maybe you should be looking at my body closer.
you're on my heart just like a tattoo. Yeah, she's like, she plays Jordan Sparks. She's like,
Right. Cut to she has Morgan Wade's name on her wrist. But that was interesting. It was so tense, and I think it was definitely like a foreshadowing of what's to come, obviously, because before we got into the episode, there was of course the teaser for the rest of the season. I mean, it really kicks off with like Kyle and Mauricio split, this, that, and the other. So yeah, there seems to be a lot to come, and the one girl who was asking a lot of those questions about what's going on with Kyle and Mauricio is our good pal Sutton Stracke, who we caught up with about the premiere episode, and she had some like interesting things to say.
And I love, of course, with Beverly Hills, it's all up to date. So she also let us know about those pictures of Mo holding hands with his Dancing with the Stars gal.
She had an interesting take, so take a listen and let us know what you think. Even in just the trailer, Sutton, like you're asking the questions that people are curious about. You are saying the things that people are thinking. Did you feel like you went into this season kind of just looking for the answers that the whole world is looking for as it pertains to a certain relationship within your friend group?
Well, no, because nothing was going on. I was just looking at behavior patterns.
Oh.
Listen, I was raised by a psychotherapist, so you can't help it. I'm a naturally inquisitive person.
Ooh. Well, we appreciate your inquisitiveness because
I should have been a journalist like y'all.
You should have been.
Especially because you're dropping some exclusive tea in your confessionals too about when asked about the PK situation that he wasn't riding solo.
That's just street talk.
Okay, just that's what that's what the streets are saying. Do you believe what the streets are saying?
I don't know. I listen to the streets, and then the things that come out of my mouth. Sometimes I pay for them later.
Yeah. Do you feel like you paid for what you said this season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
I think this season I'm more not as I'm sorry. I don't do that as much. I say things, and if it's wrong, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anybody. I never come with an agenda. I never want to see anyone hurt or destroyed. That's just not me. But I will ask you questions.
Yeah. Well, also because it's the questions everyone I feel you're sitting down with is thinking, but you're like, so are we just gonna have champagne, or are we gonna actually answer?
Are we gonna talk? Yeah. That's what friends do. Friends talk.
I feel also Kyle is almost in the first episode. It almost feels to me she's looking for someone to ask her about what she's dealing with, because she's like having the transformation, angrily talking to Mauricio, kind of in a place where she's just like, can someone ask me so I don't have to bring it up myself? Because some people don't like to bring up things, but they like when someone asks them about it.
That's right. I think you're right. I think that is a character trait, and which is okay. And especially if you feel like there's someone safe that you can do that with. So, and if that's me, that's okay, because I rebound pretty quickly if it doesn't work.
I feel like if we were to have a Real Housewives dinner right now on this very day, the topic of conversation would be those pictures of Mauricio holding hands with his dance partner, Emma Slater. And I would be the Sutton, and I would be like, so what do you guys think of Mauricio and his dance partner holding hands? So I'm gonna ask you, Sutton, what do you think of that?
Well, I haven't seen this picture. You'll know me. Like, I don't read all these tabloids and stuff. So I haven't seen this picture. Somebody told me about it this morning. And I was like, you know, that could mean anything. Like, I hold hands with people all the time. And I do. Well,
I don't know. Sutton,
You didn't hold me in Evan's hand.
Yeah, you didn't
at our
hold
live
our
show.
hand at the live
I
show.
didn't.
No.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I probably did. But, you know, but I hold married men's hands that I'm close to. You know, that they're my friends.
Okay.
So you don't know what the meaning of that is. So, you know, that's the question. What's the meaning of this?
Yeah. Okay. So that's, so you
I don't
you actually
know.
need to get like coffee with Mauricio to be like, so what's the meaning? People are asking me. Mo, I need some answers here.
He's probably sick of people asking him that.
And not only is it a week for Beverly Hills, but if you guys love, you know, your little snow boots, Winter House is back. And I think it's one of the most fun seasons because it's really a mix of so many different personalities and Bravo Lebs like ever before.
Yeah, it's a really good mix this year. We have Tom Schwartz, we have Jordan from Summer House Martha's Vineyard, we have Brian from Family Karma, who I love so much. I've always been a big Brian fan, so I'm happy he's getting his moment on Winter House. And I'm happy you had a moment with Brian and Kyle Cooke in the studio, Danny, they spilled a little bit of Winter House tea.
A little bit of Winter House tea, and the tea, of course, spilled over into Summer House tea as well. I mean, those two are a fun, like, I feel them together, they could get themselves into some like fun trouble because they both love to just like talk and laugh at one another talking. Also, I have to shout out Brian was in Red Bottoms that his brother got him. And I was like, he told me he shops to feel sometimes. And I was like, you are now, I connect with you so much. That's not the tea, but I just really love that.
That's our tea. I love a man in red bottoms. Come on.
Oh, please. And he wasn't wearing them. I clocked at the Winter House premiere party where Lindsay and Carl reunited geographically, but not like they did not talk.
Okay, so could you feel the tension? And did you feel like all eyes were on either or Carl? And like I feel like people would just be like sort of like on the edge of their bar stool, like, oh my god,
the center of the ring, just like a circus. It was like I remember when I was like all kind of party gossip starts, you just start hear whispering like Carl's coming. And I'm like, oh. And then you hear it's like telephone pass on, Lindsay's coming too. And I'm like, and so I was like, first time together. And I'm like losing my mind. And now every conversation, like Carl appears so tall, looking handsome as ever. And I'm just like, everyone, like I'm in conversation with someone I haven't talked to in 5 months. I'm like, wait, so how is your mom? And I'm like, you're just looking, because then you're just looking at him as he's making the rounds and you're just counting down until Linz appears. And she comes closer to like when the show was starting, and there's like 2 rooms, one where everybody is and one's like where people are ordering like drinks and sitting. The second she walks into that big room, he pieces.
Oh,
and
so did they cross?
They did not cross. I don't think I saw a single cross, not being nailed to the cross like Jesus, Vicky Gumbelson. There wasn't a cross, but when I tell you, Lindsay walked in like it was like her part. You like in a way where she was just like, hey, like Carl was very somber and she was really giving like shimmy, like she was kind of having a night.
Well, I mean, look, I feel like that's been Lindsay's vibe for a little bit, and as it should be, that is the only.
Have your fun, girl.
Exactly, like after a big, devastating breakup, which it seems like it was for her, you just got to pick yourself back up, put yourself out there, rely on your girlfriends, and even make amends with some girls who you hadn't been too friendly with for a little bit. I mean, the summit of Summer House girlies hanging out, I think, stopped everyone in their tracks. We got all the girls together. It was Lindsay and her side of the reunion couch, plus the girls who she hasn't been cool with over the past several seasons, like Paige and Amanda and Sierra. It was shocking to see them all hanging out together, but it was also delightful and kind of relieving.
Yeah.
I don't know how Carl feels.
Yeah,
about
I don't
it.
know. Because I guess like him and Kyle took a picture at the Winter House premiere, but I'm like, is that just the crew you have now? But I did, well, you know what? I think because it's not really, because I interpreted that picture, I feel like a lot of people did, where it was like the girls are picking Lindsay's side, like she gets the girls. But when I asked Kyle, he opened up a little bit about how the healing started before the Lindsay Carl split with Linz and the girls. So he opened up a little bit about that, and also kind of how Amanda felt getting the call from Lindsay to go to dinner.
Those friendships were rekindled this past summer. So it wasn't just recently. Like, I think that everyone's trying to be supportive given the new news, but going into the summer, I think everyone was trying to make an effort to kind of bury the hatchet and kind of start fresh or start anew, or just accept, that there's been some troubled water in the past, but let's have some fun. So I think it was more of a continuation from summer as opposed to like this newfound kind of sense of banding together. But I mean, I think it's great to see them all smiling at a table together, because like that, I mean, Amanda hasn't gotten a call from Lindsay to go hang out in 7-8 years. So it was like, that was kind of a first, and I was like, all right, you go, girl, like, have fun.
You're like, is that spam?
Yeah.
I'm like, double check the pin location. Yeah.
Afterwards, did Amanda come home and you like were waiting eagerly by the couch, like, tell me everything?
Well, actually, I think we all were out.
We all were out after. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
opening.
Serafina was like opening a new location. Someone knew someone, and we all kind of, reconvened after their dinner. So
Had a night.
I actually heard that not too much tea was spilled. It was more just like
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, yes, a kumbaya moment.
Wine over tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was the after party thing? Who was there, and like any fun crossovers?
That night we had
Me, you, Alex.
Yeah, Alex was up from Florida as well.
Casey, Jordan.
It's like a little mini Winter House reunion.
Lindsay, Gabby. Yeah.
Yeah. All the houses are just, combining forces.
Combining.
But I mean, it has been a week of tea being spilled. I mean, I am so excited to listen to this because I missed it, but you let everybody know who you got to talk to.
Yeah, I talked with Phaedra Parks about her historic transition from the Real Housewives franchise to Married to Medicine, which I'm so excited to see her on that show. I think it's so perfect. And a lot of people are wondering, why is Phaedra Parks on Married to Medicine? She's friends with so many of the girls, but don't you have to be married to medicine? Well, when she started filming, she was dating a guy named Mr. O. He was a doctor who lived in another country, I think another continent, but she told me that since filming has wrapped, she and Dr. O have separated, and there is a new doctor in her life. And for people who are wondering why Phaedra Parks is on Married to Medicine, not only does she have all these fabulous friendships with the cast members, but you are now dating a doctor, Dr. O. He's still a mystery. We don't know who he is or much about him, other than that he seems to be a great catch. He is a pediatric cardiologist, which is so just admirable and wonderful and probably very, very attractive to you. But like, what can you say about the relationship? Because you're not really sharing much.
Well, honey, if you want to keep something going, you got to keep it to yourself. No, TV has not been the best on relationships, but Dr. O is definitely one of the most brilliant men that I've ever met and dated in my life. I haven't been known for dating, the smartest men, but he's definitely super smart. Like, he's a cardiologist, so he's a sweetie pie, but you'll have to watch to see what happens. But yeah, there might be another doctor that's looming in the picture as well. So there's love is in the air, honey.
Are we possibly dating another doctor?
There's a possibility.
Okay, so now that you're in your dating doctors era, what is the difference you know, being with a doctor versus someone who isn't a doctor? I mean, do you have a new type now?
Well, because my type has definitely not worked for me in the past, I had to make some adjustments. So what I do like about doctors, they're smart. And if you're having like a heart attack, I seem to love cardiologists. You know, they can obviously revive you and they know CPR. And you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, getting sick and dying at home, because if you're right next to a doctor, they've been trained to save you. I mean, my training is obviously on the other side of life, but you know, doctors are definitely smart. The conversations are different and the goals are definitely different. And they are truly couple goals. Who doesn't like, you know, the Cosbys? Like that was the ultimate lawyer-doctor relationship.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, that's
Yes, you need your own like Huxtable style spinoff with this possibly new doctor in your life. Is the new doctor someone you might put on camera one day? Are you still kind of like, no, we're not doing the relationship on camera anymore?
you'll see. You've got to tune in.